Monday, December 1st edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And now as we have flipped the calendar over to December, I wanted to start off with a look back at the climate numbers for the month of November. Starting in Greensboro, the average temperature for 45.3 degrees. That's almost 5 degrees below average. So overall, the month of November, a pretty cold one here in this part of the country. I'll show you the Charlotte numbers in just a second. Precipitation-wise, slightly above average. Coldest temperature was 16 degrees for a low back on the 19th. And some of the outlying spots even colder than that. Here's the Charlotte data. Similar, 47.2 the average temperature. That's 3.6 below average for the month. And again, the precipitation a little bit above average. Coldest Charlotte temperature, 14 degrees back there on that cold November 19th morning. Now, looks like we've seen the Banner Elk web camera drop out, so we'll just kind of skip past that. I'll go on to our numbers yesterday across the region as we did wrap up the month of November. It was up to 71 in Columbia, 70 in Fayetteville and Wilmington, 68 the high. In Charlotte, it was mid-60s in Greensboro and Raleigh, even low 60s there in Boone yesterday. And in relation to average, those numbers are a pretty decent amount above the November 30th averages. Many spots 8 to 12 degrees or so above average for those highs yesterday. And a lot of us with a similar high temperature day today before some big changes occur for some of us tomorrow. Now these are 5:30 a.m. temperatures, 46 in Charlotte, 48 in Greensboro, 30s in the mountains, 47 in Charleston, 45 in Myrtle Beach, even down to 39 in Columbia. We have a cold front off to the west of us. The big feature of note, though, that will play the most prominent role in our weather is this area of high pressure back into parts of the Plain States. That is a very intense area of high pressure, and it's going to very briefly move into favorable cold air damming position. And we're going to see some much cooler air drain down the eastern side of the mountains here as we get into tonight and tomorrow. Now, in terms of those actual temperatures right now, again, these are how we look at about 5:30 this morning, and cool but not bad across our part of the country, much above average through the Tennessee Valley and the lower Mississippi Valley back into parts of Texas. Pretty easy to pick up that front, though. 42 in Dallas, but 62 in Houston. And look at this really cold air behind the front. 10 below zero there for your temperatures in Fargo and International Falls. 2 below there in Pierre, South Dakota. And that is associated with that Arctic area of high pressure I mentioned just a moment ago. Precipitation-wise, quiet around the Carolinas, but near the incoming front, a little batch of some light rain through the Ohio Valley, and then it turns into some wintry precip through parts of Missouri and Illinois. And that shallow cold air causing some wintry precip to spread through the Ozarks region today. Again, around our region today, it's going to be a very nice day. Temperatures much above average for this time of year. Upper 60s, even some low 70s in some Carolina locations this afternoon. But watch our winds here out of the south and southwest today, but then a lot of us see those northeasterly winds kick in for tonight and tomorrow, and that will be one of the ingredients that sets up this cold air damming regime. Check out the RPM modeling here. Here we are this afternoon, but in a much different story as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Now down into South Carolina, it stays pretty mild, but in these favored cold air damming spots in the state of North Carolina, it will be significantly cooler tomorrow. Here's what we're going with for high temperatures across the region tomorrow. And you see some 40s, even down into Charlotte, probably upper 40s tomorrow afternoon. Clouds and a little bit of light rain, especially I-40 in points north, anywhere from late tonight and into the day tomorrow, but not a huge rain event. As we get into Wednesday, the wedge slowly erodes away. Notice another area of high pressure working our way. It looks like another weak cold air damming episode for our part of the country then for Thursday and Friday. Not a huge deal, though, but probably temperatures trend back down to, I'd say at least the low 50s for a lot of our highs there for Thursday and Friday as we wrap up the work week. But here's your Wednesday numbers, upper 50s to mid 60s, depending on where you are across the region. Before I wrap up the video, ski season in full swing. This was the latest reports from the ski resort ski resort areas across the region. Really some nice base steps, pretty good conditions. A mild day today, but overall, again, a lot of trails available for you if you want to head up that way. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.